Hello everyone, and welcome to today's session of Spokane Public Schools Keep Learning series for mathematics. Today's lesson's for first grade, but everyone's welcome to join in. My name is Sarah Ball, and I teach first grade at Roosevelt Elementary in Spokane Public Schools, and I'll be your teacher today. But I do have my friend, the rockhopper penguin, joining us today. Let's learn a few facts about rockhoppers. So rockhopper penguins live in South America. South America is one of the 7 continents on the globe, and it's way below where we live. So we live up here in Spokane, Washington, on the continent of North America. If we travel south, we hit South America, and way down at the tip, there are some islands where rockhopper penguins live. Rockhopper penguins are much smaller than emperor penguins. They're about 20 inches tall, which is only about this tall. So much smaller, about half the size or less than half the size of emperor penguins. If you didn't see our previous lesson, you're welcome to view it on KSPS website. It's sometimes helpful to go back and watch the other lessons in our series so you can continue to build your understanding of the mathematics we'll be doing together. So today we're going to do some math flips as a warm-up, and then I'm going to teach you a new math game. You could get a piece of paper and a pencil if you want to write along with us. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can pause the video and make the game board. If you're watching it on TV, you can take some notes and play the game later with a grown-up. So to get started, let's work on our standard. So it says, I can use non-count by ones strategies to add and subtract within 20. So we want to be efficient mathematicians, and counting by ones is sometimes slow and easy to make mistakes. We want to see if we can use some other strategies to help us solve problems, and today's lesson will help you do that. So I'm going to start with some math flips. So what I want you to think about as I flip these cards is, how many do you see? How do you know? And how does side A, or the first side that I show you, help you with side B? And then finally, when I've flipped over all of them, we'll think about, is there anything that you notice about the whole deck that we went through today? So let's get started. Here's your first card. How many do you see? And how do you know? So here there are 7, and 2 more makes 9. Now I'm going to flip to side B. 9 minus 7. So how does knowing this help you solve 9 minus 7? Think about that as we continue through our flips today, and we'll come back to that. So what do you see? How many? And how do you know? So I see 6 and 4, and all together that's 10. And look at the back. 10 minus 4. So again, how does knowing this help you solve this? Try another one. Sorry. How many do you see? 4 plus 3. The total is 7. And 7 minus 4. Try this one. How many do you see? 6 and 3 more is 9. And on the back we have 9 minus 3. And finally we have 5 plus 2. How many? 7. And on the back we have 7 minus 5. So I wonder what you noticed about that deck. I wonder if you noticed the same thing my friend the rockhopper penguin noticed. My friend noticed that if you took this number right here, this was the first one we looked at, we had 7 plus 2, and the total was 9. We saw that number on the back. 9 minus 7. Hey, that was another one of our numbers. So if we took this 9 and we took away those 7, what would we have left? 2. So knowing this addition problem can help us solve this subtraction problem. Let's try it with this one. We have 5 plus 2 was 7. What do you see here? 7 minus 5. So if we go back to side A, 7 minus 5, what do you think that is? You're right, it's 2. So knowing addition can help us solve subtraction, and we don't have to count by ones. Try this one. 6 plus 3 was 9. Use that to solve 9 minus 3. If you took that 3 away, you would have 6. Thanks for working on that warm-up with me today. You could make these cards at home and try that out with a friend or a grown-up. So now I want to teach you a new math game called Clear the Board. This is another way to practice those non-count by one strategies. And the fun thing about this game is that it's different every time you play. So you don't need a lot to play this game. You need a piece of paper and something to write with. You can use anything around your house that you can write on. Your game board will look like this. So at the top, you'll sketch out 3 empty boxes. And then along the side, you'll write the numbers 1 through 10 with the equal sign next to it. So the point of this game is to choose 3 random numbers, 1 to 6. Some people like to roll a die. If you have a die at home from another math game, you can do that. I just like to choose numbers. You can't repeat the same number. So I'm going to choose for our game today, I'm going to choose a 2 because that's a number between 1 and 6. I'm going to choose a 3, and I'm going to choose a 6. So those are 3 numbers between 1 and 6. Now the point of this game is to be able to clear the board. We want to be able to write an equation using these 3 numbers only that would fit with all of these numbers. Now you can use the number more than once, but you cannot use any number other than these 3. Some people say, well, can I use 0? And the answer is no. You have to use either 2, 3, or 6. You can add or subtract to try to get your numbers. So I'm going to lower my camera down, and we're going to play together so that you can see what I'm thinking. And our rock hopper penguin is going to help us with this too. All right, so here you see I have my 2, my 3, and my 6. Those are the numbers that I'm going to use. So I'm wondering, which equation can you build? Oh, what was that? He sees right away. Oh my goodness, you could take a 3 and subtract a 2, and that equals 1. So 1 equals 3 minus 2. Sometimes I look to see if there's any doubles I know. I see right away I could use 2 plus 2 to equal 4, and that clears the 4 off the board. And I also know 3 plus 3 equals 6, and that clears my 6 off the board. I wonder if there is a way to do 6 plus 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. There's not a 12 on the board today, so that one won't work for me. Do you have another idea? Rock Hopper Penguin thinks maybe we should try some subtraction. So let's see, what if we take this 6 and we take away 3? The doubles facts help me with that, and that equals 3, so I can clear my 3 off the board by using 6 minus 3. Ooh, and I know 2 plus 3 makes 5, so I'm going to clear my 5 off the board. Ooh, how can I get a 2? Let's see. If I take away 6 minus 3, that didn't work. 6 minus 2 equals 4. Oof, that's tricky. What if I add 2 plus 3? That makes 5. So if I have a 5, how can I get back down to a 2? Oh, I could take that 3 out. So I could say 3 plus 2, that equals 5. Now remember, I can't use 0. It would be really easy to say 2 plus 0 equals 2, but I have to try to get to that 2 another way. So I'm going to say, okay, 3 plus 2, that's 5. And I put these parentheses around it. Don't worry about that if you don't want to do that. 2 plus 3 equals 5. And then I'm going to subtract out that 3, and we know 5 minus 3 equals 2. So I just cleared this whole side is clear. Now I have to try to build some higher numbers. Let's see, how could I build a 7? I know 5 plus 2 makes 7. That's a known fact for me. So how could I get a 5 out of here? I could use that 3 plus 2 again. 3 plus 2 is 5, and then 2 more gets 7, because I can use 2 more than one time. What's that, Copper Penguin? You saw another one where you can use 3 add-ins? He thinks that you can do 10 by making 6 plus 4. And since there's not a 4 here, he said use 2 and 2. So I can go 10 equals 6 plus 2 plus 2. Oh, I'm so close to clearing the board. I wonder if I could make a 9. Let's see, what is 6 plus 3? I knew 6 plus 4 was 10, so 6 plus 3 is just 1 less than that. 6 plus 3 is 9, clears the board, and 6 plus 2 must be 8. Look at that. We were able to clear the whole board with help from our Rockhopper penguin today. Thank you so much. So this is a great way to practice our strategies and how we can get to numbers in lots of different ways. You can extend this game in many ways. You could play with more than just 1 through 10. You could go up to 20 even if you want to on your board and choose bigger numbers up here at the top. You could play this game by including multiplication and division if you're playing with a friend or a grown-up, or maybe you want to try out some of your multiplication and division. So there's lots of ways you could play clear the board, and all you need is something to write with and a piece of paper. So thanks for joining me today. I enjoyed doing mathematics with you. And if you want more activities, feel free to go to Spokane Public Schools Learn at Home website. I look forward to seeing you again at our next lesson on KSPS. Don't forget to play your game. You can do it lots of times and it will turn out different every time. Bye.